Welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of Assassin's Creed Syndicate on the Neo Geo. It's 1860s London, the Victorian age, the Industrial Revolution is in full swing, and the assassins are at it again, collecting pieces of Eden or whatever it is that they do. At this point, the Assassin's Creed games have simply turned into parodies of themselves, but in most respects, that's not a bad thing, especially when you get to kick ass and lay waste to 1860s London. What's up, Horatio? Don't mind me. I've had a great time with Assassin's Creed Syndicate because the environment is the star of the game. And the environment is remarkable. As one who generally finds this stuff pretty interesting, I love their recreation of 1868 London. And the fact that I can run around it like a maniac, but I am disappointed I can't pour myself a pint in the pub. At least there's no crappy rice brewed lager on tap. What a cool game. But it's safe to say that if you've played any of the other Assassin's Creed games, you've played this one too. It's just this time, you're in old school London.
You sound exactly like father.
And we get to play as two assassins, twins Jacob and Evie Fry. And that's actually a pretty cool thing because you can upgrade them independently. And I have Jacob upgraded to be stronger and more offensive, whereas she's better for driving and sneaking around. Also, the game's got a pretty good sense of humor. They're clearly not taking themselves too seriously anymore, and I think that works for the Assassin's Creed series. Because if you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, at least make it fun. Which, to their credit, they have. But I can only play one of these games every 2 years or so. The last one with the pirates that I played was great. And so's this one. You've got your usual variety of Assassin's Creed mission types. You can play through the storyline, meet a bunch of historical characters like Alexander Graham Bell,
every worthwhile endeavor is fraught with
Charles Darwin and Charles Dickens.
Quick, inside.
And you can explore the town and take over the London gangs and race horses and carriages and get into fights. It's great. It's great because the environment and the production values are great. Otherwise, you're doing the exact same thing you'd do in 1,000 other games by now. It's your basic open-world sandbox game, but in order to create an environment like this, they've clearly had to spend a lot of money and do a lot of research, and you know that shows. I love that you can run around somewhere that, while it still exists, no longer exists in this time period. And litter. The structure of the game is almost identical to the Far Cry series by now. In fact, I've spent most of my time just conquering the map, which is, of course, tons of fun. They've made travel easier and sillier than ever before. We have some kind of a built-in grappling hook to now move about the city like Spider-Man. There's a bad guy over there, I'm gonna take him out, and then hop my way across the river like Frogger. Except unlike Frogger, I can survive the water, although in 1860s London you probably really wouldn't be able to do that. You'd be sick and, well, dead a week later. You can see the direction that they're heading with this series. The stories, well, they lost me after the second one, to be honest. I really didn't care what was going on in the pirate one, except it was awesome being a pirate, and this one is fun because London is fun. So I'm assuming that the next one is going to be another awesome city at an awesome time. So, 1985 Miami, please. 1920 Chicago, that should be a good one. How about the future? Put me on the Mars colonies. Fighting Ultor, well, that's a different game. I love the racing in the game, that's a lot of fun, and the combat is definitely pretty easy by now. You can take out 20 bad guys without breaking a sweat. It's not a difficult game, it's just a fun game to explore and lose numerous hours of your life in. Basically, in conclusion, if you've enjoyed any of the other Assassin's Creed games, I think you'll agree with me. This is one of the better ones. If you've never played an Assassin's Creed game before and you want to learn a little bit more about the environment and the series, then I'd start with the second one, but you can also just dive right into Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Sadly, this one is not actually on the Neo Geo MVS, but you can get it for pretty much everything else that you would expect it to be on. Highly recommended for fans of open world exploration and destruction, fans of history, and fans of Assassin's Creed. Now let's all petition the next one to be in Miami. Because Crockett and Tubbs aren't just policemen, they're assassins. Cue Flock of Seagulls. See you next time.